Hello my dear sweet buddies, welcome to all of you. This is Vinay before you. Today in this video we are going to discuss about the topic called as figures of speech in the English language, and those are also belongs to the English literature as well. But here today we are going to discuss about the 5 more figures of speeches. Those are assonance, repetition, pun, allegory and paradox. We have already discussed so many figures of speeches in the category wise 4, 5 with the numbers. And this is the third video regarding the figures of speeches in English. So please you guys required to listen to me and watch this video till the end to get benefit by watching this video. So here without further delay, let us move to the topic, that is figures of speech in English. I have mentioned here the date as well, and here we are about to know the figures of speeches one by one with the repetition, with the explanation. I will be explaining you thoroughly with the proper instances. I think one example will be adequate because here I have no space to write. So here is the lack of scarcity regarding the board. So I think one example is enough to you people to understand. Now first one is assonance. In assonance, what is assonance? Where we have to clearly understand that one. Assonance is nothing but the meaning of the word assonance is, this is also one of the figures of speeches. This is also a renowned figures of speech, and more or less I have already mentioned that more or less near about 100 figures of speeches are there, but in the numbers, in a very short numbers, we will reach to the 100 figures of speeches day by day. So if you want to receive further more updates of mine ahead, then you have to subscribe to my channel to get benefits ahead. So now we have to know assonance. Assonance is nothing but having. This is also a one among them which are very famous and popular figures of speeches. This is used by so many authors and poets in their verses and in their poetries. This assonance is also a figure of speech, and the meaning of that what assonance is having similar vowel sounds. Okay, having similar vowel sounds in all the words of a verse, that's we call the assonance. So the example of assonance is here, the second last one, that is we need tree to live. Here what you are observing, this is not the vowel. Okay, this is not the right example of assonance. Here you will observe the need and tree. Here these are two contradictory, means those are appeared with the consecutive manner. So that's we call assonance. How? At the very first we have to understand that what is the meaning of assonance. Once again I will repeat that one because I have already told you, but once again I will repeat for you people. Having similar vowel sounds in all the words of the verse or stanza or lines, that's we call assonance. Here is the right instance for assonance, that is we need tree to live. So I hope you got clarification about the assonance, and now this is the turn to move towards the second figures of speech, that is repetition. Repetition is nothing but repetition of the same words. Okay, repetition of the same words throughout the verses or poetries or lines or stanzas, that's we call repetition. The example of repetition is I have to practice my timetables over and over and over. Okay, the repetition of the words, okay, the repetition of the same words throughout the verse or stanza or lines, that we call the repetition. Okay, you should not be confused in the repetition and alliteration. Alliteration is nothing but we have already discussed about the alliteration in our previous videos. Means alliteration is nothing but the repetition of the same letters or sounds. Okay, that's we call only single letters like a, like that. That's we call alliteration. But the repetition is nothing but the whole word. The repetition of the whole words, that's we call repetition. Here is the example, that is I have to practice my timetables. This is just a rest of the part of the sentence, and here are the actual repetition words. Those are repetitive words over and over and over. Okay, these are three repetitive what words. The third one is pun. Pun is also a figure of speech, is a part of figures of speech, and the example of that is I have mentioned here. You were right, so I left. Because he will observe here the funny things, funny words like you were right, so I left. Okay, I am also getting okay, pun. Okay, now I have to explain the meaning of pun. Pun is nothing but two meanings but the same sounds. Okay, two meanings means two different meanings and the same sounds. That's we call pun. Here is a example that appeared before you, that is you were right. Okay, you were right, so I left. Here you are observing the deep meaning of it. Okay, if you enter deeply in the in the meaning of that word, then you will then you will get the thorough meaning, the thorough understanding of pun. Okay, these are the pun. Okay, these are the examples of pun. So if you try another more examples, then you will get a thorough understanding about the pun and all the figures of speeches as well. Now here the fourth one is allegory. Allegory is nothing but the meaning of that allegory is apart from the literal meaning, means these are just quite opposite to their literal words. So you will I will make sure to you people by giving you the right example of that word, war between two countries. War between two countries. Okay, you should not imagine like the war between two countries means like what the war is also in the practice. Certainly we have, or currently we are means we are observing the war between two countries. Those are Russia and Ukraine. So that is not called as the war between two countries. Here you should not assume or you should not imagine by the literal meaning of those words. Instead of that, you have to observe or you have to think apart from that literal meaning. Okay, I think somewhat you heard about the allegory as well in so many poetries and so many verses. So here allegory is nothing but here I will reveal the right meaning of allegory from this example. That is, if you if you are observing that your neighborhood friends are throwing, neighborhood people are throwing stones on each other houses, on each other houses, then that a speaker or author use that allegory or that situation in the allegory type sentences. How? War between two countries means war between two houses is called war between two countries. Okay, that is the thinking of the authors and poets. So you should not be boredom by observing or studying the figures of speeches. So if you go on learning, then you will enjoy thoroughly. Okay, so the last and best one is paradox. Paradox is nothing but, there is also a anti-paradox and paradox, but anti-paradox we will be learning in our furthermore video. But here in this video we have to learn about the paradox only. Paradox is nothing but strange or impossible together. Okay, which words you put, those are strange to each other or impossible together. Okay, if you frame them, those you will feel like impossible or strange together. How? Here is the best example of paradox is truth is honey. Okay, truth is honey. I have added here the comma. Truth is honey, which is bitter. Okay, what? Here you are observing bitter and honey. These are the two strange words. Okay, two opposite words. Opposite means strange words, or these are not. You are not observing here the meaning, but if you enter in deeply into the context, then you will understand. In the circumstance, you will understand that these are making actually the sense. Okay, like that, those are called as the what, paradox. Okay, here is the best example of paradox, that is, once again I will repeat, truth is honey which is bitter. Okay, like that. So this is the last one, and we have covered all the figures of speeches here. Once again I will give you the quick sum up of all these figures of speeches, quick revise. That is, assonance is nothing but having similar vowel sounds. Those are, that we call the assonance. And repetition is nothing but the repetition of the whole words. Okay, whole word 2 or 3 times in a single sentence, that's we call repetition. And pun is nothing but 2 meanings but same word, that's we call the pun. 2 different meanings but the same sound. Okay, 2 different meanings, right? Right and left. Okay, this is the right and left. Right means here right or wrong, that is the right, that right we used here, and left is, that is opposite, just quite opposite to that one, but here those are making sense, that we call pun. Okay, 2 meaning, 2 different meanings but same sounds. And the second last one is allegory. Allegory is nothing but, apart from thinking the literal meaning of that word, you have to think, accept the literal meaning. Apart from that, you have to think, that's we call allegory. And the last one is paradox. Paradox is nothing but when you will put, or there is a slight confusion between paradox, oxymoron and irony. I will explain in our upcoming video. So now I will stop here. Thank you so much, and we will meet together in the we will meet soon in our next video. Thank you so much.